Donald Trump hosted a swearing-in ceremony for Amy Coney Barrett, Supreme Court Justice and mom who blocks Nickelodeon for too much adult content. And some people were excited to see her ceremony, while others were furious about it. But one thing everyone was thinking was, what the hell was Trump talking about?
We are fulfilling the duty that passes to each new generation to sustain the national traditions and virtues that make possible everything we have achieved before that. We will do tomorrow.
You know, Trump is the only person who can make English sound like a foreign language. It actually sounds like someone translated Trump's speech into Farsi, translated it back into English, and then gave him a concussion. This speech reminds me of the essays I would write in high school when I was trying to reach a word count. And then those who submitted would be also within their range to find dreams and memories. All right, done. Seriously, I don't know if you could figure it out, because I ran that speech through Google Translate and it killed itself. And watching Trump struggle through speeches like that always makes me wonder how hard it must be for the guy in charge of his teleprompter. I mean, what is it like to be that guy? Well, luckily, it turns out there's a documentary on just that very person.
My name is Preston David Smith, and I operate the president's teleprompter. You may have heard him mention me.
You want me to go back on teleprompter, anybody? No. Okay, here's a question. My poor guy must be having a fit. He's over there. He's so good at this stuff. He's on line 3. He's saying, sir, should I just turn the sucker off? Would you rather go teleprompter or freelance? Freelance.
So basically, I'm the seatbelt that sort of just keeps him safe as he just zooms down that verbal highway. Which is obviously a metaphor. He does not wear seatbelts. My job is basically load the words into the teleprompter, scroll it as the president reads. Sounds simple. Is not.
The op-ed published in the failing New York Times by an anonymous, really an anonymous, gutless coward. You just look. He was, nobody knows who the hell he is, or she, although they put he, but probably that's a little disguised. That means it's she. But for the sake of our national security.
Operating the president's teleprompter is one of the most important jobs in this current administration. It goes Secretary of State, guy who turns on the TV to Fox News, and then me. Scrolling the prompter for the president is a dance. You know, sometimes he's leading, sometimes I'm leading, but sometimes it's just jazz. And I just gotta lean back and let him take the solo.
We gave them their dignity back. By the way, you don't mind if I go off script a little bit, because, you know, it's sort of boring. It's a little boring. Got this beautiful speech, everything's wonderful, but a little boring. We have to, you know, interject. But we gave them their dignity back. And that's why our country's doing record business.
I feel like everything in my life is leading up to this job. I got bit by the teleprompter bug early. I'd be in my room just working on my timing for hours. I even practiced on my dog. I remember this one time my mom, she said, Preston, someday you are gonna help grown men read words off a screen. And she was right. The president is an unparalleled communicator, so I am always trying to get on his level. But I do make typos.
On January 23rd, Venezuela's National Assembly, he was awarded the Bronze Star and the Combat Infantryman heart, lung, and liver transplants by patriotic citizens who want their families protected. And God bless the United States.
I really thought the United States was spelled with 3 H's, but it's just one. Trump's an amazing boss. He encourages me. He didn't give me corona. But sometimes I feel that, I don't know, undervalued.
And you know, I say you shouldn't be allowed to use teleprompters because you have to test people's intelligence. If you need teleprompter, you know how easy it is? No, do you know how easy it is?
All right. I guess what I do doesn't mean shit. Can we cut? job does have perks. I mean, you can't beat the hours. He goes off prompter so much. I've had so much time to foster new hobbies.
You know, they love wind too, right? The big windmills, I always say, the greatest graveyard in the world for birds. Just walk under a windmill. You will see more dead birds than you will ever imagine. What's happening, including eagles. You know, in California, they put you in jail if you shoot a bald eagle.
It's been a wild ride, but I've loved every second of it.
Are you gonna vote for Trump?
Oh, no. No, the dude is a horrible president. I mean, we all know. We have to come together and make sure that this guy does not win again. That's why I'm voting for Kanye.